Hey, what's up guys? Houston here, and for those of you just finding my YouTube channel, welcome. Please remember to hit that subscribe button and the bell. And for those of you that have been supporting me and following me, as always, salute. Now, today's video, we're talking about credit unions that use Equifax. Now, here's the thing about it. A lot of people have been under the impression that all credit unions use Equifax, and that's not true. However, the credit unions that do use Equifax, what we did, we actually funneled down to find out which credit unions are worth joining. So let me re-say that. We looked at different credit unions, and we looked at the ones that are actually worth joining. All right, and some of the criterias that made these credit unions worth joining, I'm definitely going to share it with you. Now, here's the thing about it. As our public service announcement, it's hot. It's hot outside, guys. So please check in on your elderly. Make sure that they have at least water, fresh water and everything. Not treating them like an animal or whatever, but like with a lot of the elderly and stuff, again, even though it's hot, again, they're scared to turn on their air conditions, okay? And so they'll just sit up in the house and try to absorb this heat and stuff, and it can really bring harm to them. So I encourage you all to go and check on your elderlies in the neighborhood. You got your single mothers as well as your single fathers out there that may be struggling as well. So check in on them, okay? Now, back to what we was talking about, credit unions that use Equifax. And as I said, all credit unions are not created equal. Like some credit unions are okay if just starting out, but I want you all to understand, when joining a credit union, there's some things that you really have to look out for. And there's actually a few major things that you want to look out for. One is, if you're rebuilding your credit, you want to know if they offer secured cards or secured loans. That's for one. All right. The next thing you want to know is, do they offer business accounts? Now, you may say, well, Houston, I'm not looking to start a business. Okay, I understand that. However, here's the reason that you want to join a credit union that offer business account. Because somewhere down the road where you may want to get access to more capital to do other things, you may decide down the road, hey, I do want to start investing into real estate or the stock market or buying cars for Toro or something like that. So by you wanting to do those things somewhere down the road, why not prepare the foundation now? So that way when you get to that point, everything is already set up. All right. So that's the reason I say choosing the right credit union would definitely give you the leverage that you want. That being said, let's actually talk about some of these credit unions that I favor, that I would choose over other credit unions that actually use Equifax. And the first one is DCU. That's Digital Credit Union. Okay? And here's the thing about it. A few things about Digital Credit Union that I do like. All right? In order for you to may get qualified for a credit card, some people have been approved with a 630 credit score. So you don't always need that norm of 690 or higher credit score in order to be approved for credit cards with Digital Credit Union. Now, does a higher credit score help? Absolutely. However, they have been known that people have a lower credit score to still be able to approve them for a credit card. Also, here's another thing about Digital Credit Union is that they offer bad credit loans. Okay, that's another thing. Now, that being said, if you have bad credit, what that means is that they may not, even though you may have bad credit, you may have strong income. Okay, and because you have strong income and you have a low DTI, debt to income ratio, you may still be able to get approved for a bad credit loan, even though your credit is bad. All right, so that's the reason that I like them. All right, so you have something to actually look at. Now, building a relationship with them, they do offer business accounts as well as secured card, secure loans, okay? So that you can start with the secured card, secure loan, that you can start rebuilding your credit. With the business account, again, so that you can start building the foundation, so in case you need to get more capital to do investments. So that's the reason that I like digital credit union. Now, here's another one that I like. SECU MD. State Employees Credit Union of Maryland. Okay? And again, they meet those criteria. Alright? And keep in mind, these credit unions, they use check systems. Okay? So if you're in check systems, don't worry about it, because I have a few lenders that do not use check systems, where you can go and open up your business bank account if you're in check systems, or open up a personal account if you're in check systems. So stick with me so I can share with you about these here credit unions, and then I'll show you the other financial institutions if you're in check systems, okay? But these check systems, these credit unions I'm talking about now, they are using check systems, okay? Some financial institutions, they use early warning system. So they may not use check system, they may use early warning system, okay? But for sure, these here credit unions that I'm going to be sharing with you, they do use check systems, all right? So you have State Employees Community Credit Union in Maryland, okay? And they use check systems. Unfortunately, they offer business bank accounts. They offer secured card, secure loan. So one or the other, right? And again, it's because we want to build a relationship so that we will be able to get access to more capital, right? Now, in terms of, especially with rebuilding your credit, if you're rebuilding your credit, I know a lot of people, they may sign up for like a Finger Hut, the jewelry stores and stuff like that. However, if you're trying to rebuild your credit, all right, I would always tell you, I would try to go after secured cards and secured loan through credit unions or financial institutions, because they are actual revolving accounts. Okay, even though they may be low dollar accounts, they're still revolving accounts. All right, and so that's the reason that I would tell people to try to stick with a credit union if need be. Now, I want to share with you two financial institutions, major financial institutions that you may be banking with, and you may have bad credit, but they do offer bad credit loans. Now, they don't use Equifax, but you may already be a member of these financial institutions, and the dollar limits on these loans and stuff, they're anywhere from 100 to 500. But at the same time, if you're struggling, you're in a rut, and you have a good relationship with them, it may be to your benefit to check them out. Okay, and that's US Bank. Right? They have their simple dollar loans, as well as BOFA, Bank of America. They have bad credit loans as well. Now, again, that's if you you're running tight on money and stuff, and you have a relationship with them. With Bank of America, if your account is up to date for the past 12 months and stuff, and you have bad credit, they will still approve you for their loans. And they're like payday loans, but lower interest rate, and they're from 100 up to 500. Okay. Now with U.S. banks, I think that U.S. banks simple dollar loans, they may go higher than that, but at the same time, if you're trying to rebuild your credit, these are some easy primaries to help rebuild your credit. Okay, so that's the reason I'm sharing these with you. And again, U.S. Bank, they pull from TransUnion. Bank of America, they more likely are going to pull from your Experian. Okay, but nonetheless, if you're in a financial rut and you're a member of these financial institutions, you may want to check out check them out to see if you can get some capital to pay a little small bill or something to help as a trade line to build your credit. Now back to the credit unions that use Equifax. All right. Now here's another one. NIH, Federal Credit Union. That's National Institute of Health Federal Credit Union. And again, they check the boxes. They offer business bank accounts, and they may offer secured cards or secured loans. All right. And with these here, your credit scores, I would say with the credit unions, they're a little more flexible sometimes. So if your threshold, like I said, with DCU, it's a 630, right? But with some of these credit unions, they may be like a 670 or something like that. Now, if you have bad credit and you just need a bad credit loan, I have some lenders for you. So stick with me, and I'll help you. I'll help you with those as well. So just showing you that this here credit union, it offers business bank accounts as well as secured credit cards or secured loans. And again, because we want to build that relationship. All right. So that's the reason that we have these accounts. Then you have AOD Federal Credit Union. Okay. And I think that stands for Anniston Ordnance Depot. If somebody is really familiar with it, correct me on this. Put a comment in the video. Let me know, am I saying that right? Also, let me know if I'm doing a good job in terms of explaining why you want to choose one credit union over the other. Even though they may use Equifax, that doesn't mean that may be a benefit to you. So that's the reason I'm sharing you these credit unions, because they actually do offer business bank accounts as well as personal bank accounts, and to help you rebuild your personal credit. So AOD Federal Credit Union, all right, again, they offer the bank accounts. You probably be able to get approved for credit cards with a 670, all right? And the reason that I like them, again, credit unions, they give you that flexibility. They work with you, okay? And they understand more of what you're trying to do. Now, here's one thing that I want to share with you. Community Development Financial Institute. Now, if you have bad credit and you need a loan, and like I said, if you're not a member of U.S. Bank or Bank of America, the Community Development Financial Institute, okay, it's I think they have maybe over 1,000 or so, financial institutes and stuff that help people trying to rebuild their credit. They offer bad credit loans, okay? And so I would also check with them in terms of what credit bureau they pull and stuff. Is not defined, but at the same time, if they're in your community and you're trying to rebuild your credit, I would say check them out, the Community Development Financial Institute as well. That's a great resource that's starting to try to help people not only get personal loans and stuff, but they also help with business loans as well. All right. So don't just think that, oh, I got to join one of these credit unions. No, that's not the case. And again, like I said, for most of these credit unions, they have a non-profit that you can always look up which non-profits they support. And if you support that non-profit, usually like with a $5 or $10 donation, some of them may charge $25 donation, you're able to become a member of them. All right. So that's the reason that I'm sharing this. Now, let's talk about a few possible banks that use Equifax. HSBC. When I was in collections and stuff, man, there was a lot of people that had HSBC credit cards and stuff like that. I think their biggest toll that hit them was when doing the housing crash and everything. But one of the things about it is, to my understanding, that HSBC, they will give you access to your Equifax file. Now, since they give you access to the Equifax file, more than likely, they're also depending on Equifax for your credit score as well. You also have SunTrust, okay? And if anyone has used any of these institutions and they've pulled from a different credit bureau, I don't mind sharing your knowledge with me. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like I said, this is from the information that I've gotten, that they use Equifax, okay? Their primary source is Equifax. Now, if I'm wrong, again, I don't mind you correcting me or updating me or letting me know, like, hey, Houston, SunTrust may use Experian or whatever. And like with some of these financial institutions, it also depends on the region. Like if you with a major bank and stuff, like with Chase on the West Coast choose Experian. On the East Coast, Chase choose Equifax. So there's a same well as Citi. Citi has certain cards that on the West Coast is Experian. On the East Coast, they use Equifax, okay? So it just depends on the financial institution. But those are the major banks, and these are a few of the major banks that focus on primarily on Equifax, that at least give you access to your Equifax credit file, all right? Now, here's another one, Citizens Bank. And to my understanding, they give you access to your Equifax file. And again, these financial institutions, they offer the bank accounts, they offer secured cards or secured loans as well. So again, this is the way you want to focus when you're choosing a financial institute. You want to choose one that offers both bank personal accounts and business accounts, so that you can build a relationship, so that you can get more funding. That's the whole purpose of you building your credit in the relationship, because you want more money to do investing with. So that's the reason that I chose these here credit unions, as I was talking about. Now, here's something that if you're in check systems and you wanted to open a business bank account, all right, so you have Radius, all right, then you have North One, you have BBVA, and again, SunTrust is on that list as well. All right. So those are the ones, if you want a business bank account without the check systems, then these are those financial institutions that you would actually turn to do that. Even if you're in check systems, these are the financial institutions that will open you up a business checking account. All right. So just keep that in mind. Now, if you're in check systems, okay, and you don't have a major financial institute to go to, here's one, Go Bank. Okay, Go Bank is by Green Dot, right? And which we just talked about Green Dot in another video, because Green Dot is the one that's going to be managing the accounts. Well, Cabbage, which was bought by American Express. They have the Cabbage Checking, which is the American Express business checking accounts. And so Green Dot is the one that's actually going to be issuing those accounts and stuff. So, hey, I don't know if that's data mining or not, but if you have been in check systems and you can't get a checking account, you would go to Go Bank, because they're backed by Green Dot, and then perhaps maybe their data mining of your information will give you the opportunity to open up a American Express business account, which is Cabbage Checking, to be able to build a relationship, a backdoor relationship with American Express. Again, because they're going to be co-mingling information. Now, that's just a hypothetical thing to think about. But in terms of if you have check systems and you need checking and stuff, and because the green dot, you can go to, like, Walmart is everywhere, you know, so it makes it much easier for those that don't have no checking account. You have a friend or relative that's receiving disability, they don't have no checking account and stuff like that. You can go to GoBank and get them a checking account, okay, even if they're in check systems. All right, so let's talk about some bad credit loans. All right, so if you're needing money and you have bad credit, where do I go? Okay, and if I'm in check systems, so these here are financial institutions. Even if you're in check system, they will still give you a loan. All right, and one of them is Earning. Now Earning, they go off of your income from your paychecks and stuff like that. All right, you have to excuse me, guys, it's hot. But as I was saying about Earning, they go off of your paycheck. All right, then you have this company called Stilt, S-T-I-L-T. Now if you're an immigrant, you don't have a social security number, well, Stilt, they look at other factors to help you get qualified for a loan. So you don't necessarily have to have a social security number. Now, if you have bad credit or whatever, again, they calculate other different things to actually consider to get you qualified for a loan. Now, here's another one. It's Possible Finance. Okay. Now with Possible Finance, they actually help you build your credit. Okay. So when you borrow from them, they report it back to the credit bureau. So that means that it becomes a primary trade line to help you rebuild your credit. Now, here's another company, and I'll put the link in the description. It's called Indie Land. I put the link in the description. And so the main thing for IndyLand, they're a platform, okay, that offer people with bad credit loans and stuff. The only way that you would get denied if you have a DTI, a debt to income ratio, over, and I think their DTI is between 65 to 70%. Okay, so in terms of, like, they offer personal loans, installment loans, payday loans. It's one platform and stuff like that. And again, they don't do hard inquiries on your credit. So they're not going to put another hard inquiry on your credit and stuff like that. Now, the lender that may offer you the loan, if you accept it, they may. But most of the time, from the people that have been approved, they just focus more on the debt to income ratio, and they give you a higher level. Most lending institutions, if you get turned down for a loan and stuff, it's because your debt to income ratio is over 50%. Okay? So when people say, well, they didn't approve me or whatever, and I ask them, well, what's your DTI? Their DTI is probably over that 50% threshold. Okay, and so that's the reason they're not being approved. So this is Houston with three-way funding. Again, if you're going for a credit union, not all credit unions are created equal. Okay, so you want to find a credit union that not only offers the personal checking account, but they offer the business checking account, as well as they offer either secured cards or secured loans. Okay, you don't want a credit union just offers just one account, like with a PenFed. Like, okay, let's look at PenFed. Now, PenFed, they do pull from Equifax, but they don't offer business accounts. They don't offer secured cards. All right, so that's the thing you want to consider. USAA, again, they may offer secured cards, but they don't offer business bank accounts. They're a great bank for, like, on a personal side and everything, and as well as PenFed. but they don't offer business accounts. And the thing about it, you want more money. The reason you want the business accounts so that you're able to get the business credit cards. So that way, if you use a business credit card and you max it out, it's not going to affect the personal credit. So if you have a $10,000 business credit card, you max it out, that doesn't bring your credit score or increase your DTI on the personal side once you approve for that card. So that's the reason you want to look at these type of credit unions. And there's more credit unions out there that offer business accounts that pull from Equifax, but I think these here would probably be your best bet starting now if you're trying to join a credit union and leverage your Equifax credit score. So this is Houston with three-way funding. For those of you that supported me, been following me, and again, leave me a comment. Let me know if you're a member of any of these and what was your strategy to help you build not only business credit and personal credit. And let me know if I'm doing a good job in terms of explaining this as well. So this is Houston with three-way funding. Again, for those of you that supported me, that comment, that really encouraged me, thank you, and always salute.